Good morning. This is official week daily broadcast of what we call Art with Charlie Schmidt, featuring Keyboard Cat. We have plenty to offer, and we're just going to stand by for a minute here and just flap my jaws while we wait for a few of you coveted fans from all around the Pacific Northwest and the world. Roomba Lover, hey, where's Roomba Lover been? Master Freeze, yes. Wavo Detective, that's a good name. I need huevos rancheros right now with a really thin, really rare, really tender steak. IGA is early. Burl Gab says, hi. Hey, Burl Gab, what's happening? Look at that. Huevo. Cat says, hi. Roomba Lover says, I was playing with a friend. That's good. Get with your friends. Tell them about this stream. Get more people on here, and we can all share an hour every weekday morning right here on YouTube, which really has a long history. YouTube started a lot of this and has staying power. Sue, but how? How do I say V33X Shelley? VX Shelley? Well, look at that. Number one crown is Huevo Detective. That's pretty good. Do I have a Twitch? I don't know. Do I? I know Snick. Snick is like Twitch, just the word. And Snick is a fun name, and I got a feeling Snick is a fun person. But we don't see Snick every day. That's all right. Strong Kid says hi. Maverick the Master says hi. Master Freeze says I miss Keyboard Cat. Alan says, hey, man. See, there we go. So, and today, we want to look at we're just going to just sit here like a VJ, like the old cartoon shows from when I was a kid. We'd have the Popeye show. It would have Popeye cartoons, and then in between it would be this guy, Captain Cy. I still have a rubber stamp with his autograph on it. I think Captain Cy is gone, but his legacy lives on with the vibe here. And I was on that show. It was on Creme 2 right here in Spokane. And later on, after college, I went to work as the art director at that station. So imagine that. Mandatory says, I like your beard. Well, thank you for that. I appreciate that. Yesterday, I went to a friend's house to buy some clothes. I bought some good old vintage Levi's and some Harley Davidson shirts and some cool stuff and some Converse, some Chuck Taylor's tennis shoes. And my friend Jack, who has a very good eye for, fashion and style, said, you need to cut your hair. Just leave your beard alone and cut your hair. And I said, you mean the sides? Get them short? And he goes, no, they don't do that. We don't do that anymore. He said, just shave the whole sides and top of your head, like super short, like that short. And he said, you'll look good. So I'm going to do that today. I was thinking of doing it on the live stream, like right here. I wonder if I should try that. Maybe I should. Well, I could show lots of videos like the Captain Cy show and then do talking and see the cat and stuff like that in between. Maybe make some art, continue on the painting we did yesterday. And it's a good one. or give me a haircut. I don't know. Let's start with a sip of coffee. That's never a mistake. So what we're all about here is just the vibe. The vibe of the planet and of our group is peace and love, harmony, forgiveness, kindness, generosity. That's what we got to do. Like, just be kind. Does it make you feel good to think about being mean? I don't think so. Your subconscious is being tortured when you are anxious about being mean. So, IGA, I will later feed Presley. I will do that. And so now, with the vibe that permeates the universe, that is the universe, that is supported by and occupied by Keyboard Cat and you all, we're going to look at some videos here. Here's a bunch of videos in a file folder I have that's called Assorted Clips. Now, this is how much Keyboard Cat stuff. This is a pretty good one. This is 3 Keyboard Cats in one video. Let's try it. Pretty nice. Oops. Pretty darn nice, I must say. Let's look at another. What's this one? Bento at what? Bento at acting school. This is pretty good. This is when Bento was taking some acting lessons, and I was there. Okay, just hold that general pose. I'm trying to get framed up on you here. Look up. Good. Really good. I like your gaze. Just hold that. Now look down. Squint, kind of, almost look asleep. And then look right at the camera. Good. Now look down. Kind of close your eyes like you're almost asleep. Now look at the camera. Perfect. That was the best one. Thank you. Okay, now I'm going to give the board a push. There you go. Now when it stops, stay behind the chair, wiggle your tail, and then come out, smell it, and walk away from it. Turn your back to it. Really good. All right, now this time go over to it and lay down next to it like you kind of like it. Really good, really good. That's a keeper. That was good. Let's see what else we got here. Here's Bento's hat trick. Yeah, I remember doing this. This was fun. Bento, please quit horsing around. Get that. Bento, please quit horsing around. Get that hat on. We got one more picture to get. You can have some time off. No. Straighten it up. Straighten it up. That's better. Now look off to your right. Perfect. Got it. What a good boy. You are so good. All right, you can have the rest of the day off, dude. Gotta like that. Gotta like that. Then here's one where there's 2 fatzos, but I don't know how this one works out. I just don't know, but let's check it out. See, there were two takes. There were two takes, I gotta admit. What do we got here? How about, there's this bongo drum one. This is pretty good. Bento got to be pretty damn good on the bongos. You can't beat that. Are there any other streams going today that have something that cool? What's this? I don't even know. I do not know. That's a nice video. That is a super nice video. Let's see here. Here's one of the cat just dancing. And this is pretty good because he could dance. We forget that. You know, that gets overshadowed by his piano skills, by his personality, by his bongo skills. But this guy could dance. Need I say more? This one's pretty cool. This is kind of like art or something. Editing skills on my part. Look at that. Watch this. Yeah. Couple of reminders here that you can go to you can go to Amazon and search Keyboard Cat Book or Charlie Schmidt book and get access to purchasing at a super low price these books about keyboard cat and your inner self and accessing your creative side and your vibe side. We need to make a new book or a new video that's just called The Vibe, the Keyboard Cat Vibe. I mean, really, we do. So yeah, other reminders. The books at Amazon that you can go to Charlie Schmidt, CharlieSchmidt.com, charlieschmidt.com, and see all kinds of stuff. Because I wasn't a cat guy originally. That just sort of happened. That's what happens when you have the vibe, is just things happen. So my background really is art, whatever you want to call that. And I guess I'm calling the cat an art form. Cat management or something like that. Also, you can go to cameo.com and search keyboard cat and commission a video by me and the cat that can be delivered to any of your family or friends or loved ones, to anybody with an email address, and we'll make a custom greeting based on your whims, birthday, holiday, whatever, bar mitzvah. And my age is 74. I'm 74 now. And the next time you see me, my head is going to be shaved. So get a look at this. And so other things you can do is you can like this video, but with using your like finger. And you can subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Where's the cat? He'll be coming here soon. We're about ready to go see the cat. And then you can, notify yourself on the channel so that you get it and get reminders, and share this with people. When you have friends who, Burbo1688, hello, Burbo. Have a good one, and remember to keep the vibe. Be kind. It will make you feel better. Live longer. I'm not going to be bald completely. There will still be a little bit of hair color there, but I think it's going to look pretty good. My friend Jack, who told me to do this, he knows what he's doing. Jackson Pinder, hi, hey. Are you new? If you are, give us a like and subscribe, please. What else? Jackson Pinder. Yep, we got you, Jackson. Sup says hello again. That's good. It's nice to have repeat customers, not customers. You guys aren't customers. Associates. We're compadres. We're, what do you call that? Colleagues. We're colleagues in the vibe world. In the vibe world, we're highly developed colleagues. Nedas asks me, again, what is my age? 74. Yikes. Where is the cat? Oh, he's in the other room here. Maybe we best go find him. Excuse me. I need more coffee. Sup One. Yeah, I remember. How are you going to forget a name like Sup One? What? Jackson Pinder says, can I say hi? Pretend I'm Jackson. Hi. I'm Jackson Pinder. Say hello to Jackson Pinder. Somebody, IGA, thought I was 59. That was a few years back. Oh, well, what's the difference? Let's go see if we can find that silly cat. And see what he's got. Oh, we should probably play the open music. Enough of that. Now, we're going to take this food. There's some kibbles here. That's these. People calls them kibbles. I don't know the origin of that word. And then this is catnip, grown in the garden here. Homegrown, organic, lights off. We will be going upstairs. The music is rolling. Zucchini. Oh, that's different. Oh, look, we have a cat in a new spot. He's almost sitting in my chair. What's up, keyboard? Breakfast in bed. There he is. Bento, the keyboard cat, munching for you, munching for the vibe, fitting in, setting an example. He's being nice. He's not going to be mean to anybody. Unless I try to steal his food, maybe. No, he doesn't even get mad then. There he is getting into the catnip, even though there's still more kibbles. This is an unusual day. Oh, he's going to be flying high. And then another bite of food. Man, he's festively oriented today. This eating time right here, that could be a meme. This little movie could be a meme. Yes, keyboard cats in the past have died. There's been 4. Where is my assistant who explains this once we need to? Well, yeah, there have been 4. First one was shot back in 1984, before most of you were even born, maybe when your parents were born. And then as they age, they pass away, but then through some vibe of nature, through the creative spirit of the universe, we get a reincarnation of the keyboard cat in the form of another cat. And they do have different personalities. They all tend to be orange. They all tend to be cute, funny, clever, famous, and full of the vibe. They're nice. This cat is a nice guy. And he's going to get nicer as soon as that catnip soaks into his brain system. Well, there he goes. See, he turns away. That means I've had enough. I want to just focus on my own grooming. Not bad. We do take the plate away because he will eventually nibble on it again and eventually knock it on the floor, which is hard like cement, and he will break this dish. So there's some zucchini from the garden growing right behind the catnip. Both fresh, both organic. We're going to put this up here where it won't get destroyed by little anxious cat licking. And now we shall upstairs. See, these are paintings. Yesterday somebody said, "Oh, you're an artist too?" Yeah, IGA said most of my cats have passed away from, either urinary or cancer or both. There's this one that we started yesterday, which is some kind of a portrait of that. That's taken from the moods of a cat or something like that. And then there's how it's looking so far. I like it. Should I just sign it and start another one? You always got to watch out for when something is done. I mean, this could be done. You know what? I like the idea of discovering that it could be done. Maybe I'll put a little green in the eyes, my famous, whatchamacallit green, that I could do even with this big of a brush, because of its fine, fine point. This is a brand new brush. It was about like $8 or something. I'm liking it. If your argument for why you don't paint is because you don't know how, just remember that my favorite paintings are by people that don't know how. They really are. Thrift store paintings are a beautiful thing. Free rock and roll music, royalty free. I'm liking that painting. Well, we're not going to end the broadcast, the live stream, but I might call that painting. See that thing up there? That's just a pin. I made a hole. It's probably not a great idea. That's a nice painting. Knowing to stop early is important. I mean, let's say you're making cookies or baking potatoes that they're getting up and they're getting good and they're getting delicious, and you've been baking them for 30 minutes and they look great, and you know that baking makes things good. But just because it made things good that time doesn't mean it's the next thing to do again. So that's one of the tricks the universe plays on you, is it might not work twice. Ask Scumbag Steve about that. But just to bake them longer, then you just ruin them. So the surprise is on you. And knowing when to stop is really important. So you always have your when to stop radar is on. And so then if something comes into range and it says you could actually might be done, then you have to look at that radar scope and say, well, let me stand back and take a look, and maybe it's done. Sometimes that's true about things you say. Sometimes if you say a little bit and then listen to your radar, you know that it's time to shut up. And it's way better than just saying more. The trick is knowing when to say more and when to shut up. So what we're going to do to this painting, man, I want to sign it with a very, very fine point. That seems like a worn out, flattened out, bubbly fine point. Here's one. That's better. So we're going to call this, last one we did was number 127, called Splash Play. So now we're going to go 128. This is, we're going to call this Green Eyes. GREENEYES 128. So this is going to be Charlie 128. Maybe I should sign this with pencil. Yes. Like these other pencil marks in here. Right here. Charlie number 128. So, yeah, it looks good. Does it look as good as the wall? Maybe it looks better than the wall. That's a possibility. Look at that. There's something nice about something next to nothing. In the future, this will be on the, see this same, oh, thanks, somebody likes my writing. Well, I practice by writing on the wall. And I have some kids students, and so I let them write on my wall too. This is them. That's their stuff. And there. Walls are meant to be written on. You can always just paint them white again, or blue, or whatever you like. I mean, you have to take down, if you have dimensional things. There I have a Q-tip that my sister gave me with some blue paint on it. And there's a little dimensional letter B. So if you're going to repaint this wall, which I have from time to time, look at charlieschmidt.com and pictures in there of my studio. You'll see this place when the floor was clean, I think, on some stuff. But see, that's refreshing. Yeah. And it's signed. 128. Well, so we're at 31 minutes, 32 minutes. I'm wondering, do I try to start more new art? Do we go pull some weeds in the garden? Do I sit here, put my feet up, and just talk? Rap, as they say? I really do feel good about that drawing over there. Look at that. Or painting, rather. It's good. Rahoff says, ooh, amazing. I love it. Thank you. I do too. And you see how fast it happened. You know, it doesn't need to take forever. Isn't like something good. It isn't like if it took you 6 months to do this painting, it doesn't like, I don't know that it would be any better. Some things do take a long time, like to make diamonds and stalactites. But to get creative or make somebody laugh just takes a second. Don't get nuts about it. Rahoff's mom, even. Rahoff's mom, mother of Rahoff, said it's so amazing. Awesome. Thank you. This is one of the paintings. This is going to get up there. Yeah. So, it's a sunny day again. Remember, the last few days have been dreary skies and cooler temperatures and rain. And now the sky is blue, everything is green because it's been watered, and because I left the sprinkler system on all night. So my lawn is really green, too green. I don't like to have it super, super green because that's a waste of resources, not just money, but resources. We don't need to take our precious water supply and be spreading it on Charlie's grass. We spot water, we make sure that the catnip and the zucchini are watered. You got to do that. That free rock and roll, man. Is there more coming? That might be it. Maybe that hour-long thingamabobber is gone. Is it trying to tell me to shut this down and get downstairs and cut my hair? Or what? That Darn Cat. Remember Disney had a movie called That Darn Cat? That was pretty cool. That Darn Cat. So, Rahoff says, put it on a museum. Rahaf, 6 months? I can do a lot of painting in 6 months. I could paint our house. Maybe I should just paint big, huge cat paintings. Maybe I should be doing this live stream where I'm painting these things on the outside of the house. And then the house would just become, you know what? I don't know what, but something. Would the algorithms like my house if I painted memes all over them? I mean, I want to get along because algorithms need to be part of the vibe too. They could be part of the vibe. Thank you, Rahaf, and thank your mom. See, that's sharing. Rahaf shared this with Rahaf's mother. That's what it's all about, helping other people to get onto the things that would make them better. Who do you know that life would get better if they were tuning into this vibe? And I mean, people who make art, people who are poets, dancers, chefs, husbands, wives, kids, animals, rocks, empty pop can, old car. Rav likes drawing too, loves drawing too. Yeah, it's just good. There are no mistakes. It isn't like rock climbing, whereas if you climb the rock and you make a mistake, you could get seriously hurt, incapacitated. And so with art and music and stuff, take a chance. What's the worst thing that could happen if someone were to say, well, Charlie tried to paint. He thinks he's an artist now. Isn't that the greatest? That's the best. Asma. Asma? Thank you. Asma says, wow, you are very beautiful. Well, I don't know about that. Maybe you need to get your glasses adjusted or something. But anyway, um, we still have like 20 minutes. I'm almost tempted. No, Rahaf has to take off. I want Rahaf to be here if I shave my head on camera. So, Rahaf, you go do what you got to do. Thanks for dropping in. Make sure that you uh, have us in your notification system so you join us again every weekday morning, 10 a.m. morning, Pacific time, United States of America, Pacific time, 10 a.m. See, we have some good vibe out here, and we were just hooked right into the vibe of the universe and beyond. I mean, way beyond. Radio waves and TV waves and the signals of this actually, I think, get sent out into space, and millions of years later, they're still going, and somebody out there or something could something out there could receive that signal and say, look at this, 8 billion years ago on a planet called Earth, this is their emissary. And then they watch the Beverly Hillbillies. Oh, you guys, IGA is back. Am I saying it right, or I'm spelling it IGA, or is it IGA or IGA? Let's say IGA is number one, IGA is number two, and IGA is number three. Which one should we? Yeah, I'm wondering where's Barnes too. Barnes is kind of like a colleague at times. You all are. You're a colleague when you're here. That much I know. So, I think we've got the painting looking pretty. Man, it looks nice. It looks real nice. Um, Number two, Iga, right? Is that correct? Iga? Or no? Yeah, is Iga? Rahava is a goner. Take care. Peace and love. Iga. Okay. Iga. What country are you in, Iga? Poland? Wow. I'm half Polish. My real Polish name is, there were some name changes and all that, but my real last name is Remichik. It's Polish. My grandma made pierogi and golumki and shan, and I speak a little Polish, as you know. I tried to do that. I said, "Ja jestem pijany jak świnie." My dad taught me that. I think it's something about being drunker than a pig. And smacz neliana malo, right? Good but not enough. I don't know, even maybe my dad taught me to say things. Yeah, my grandma made pierogi. She came from Poland when she was 15. She came to America. Yeah, Louise Mikowski was her maiden name, Mikowski. And smacz, smacz. What else would he say, my dad? Mostly cussing stuff, which I'm not going to say. Um, he'd say skvadna. I don't know what that meant. Or chart. He'd call me chart. What is that? What if it means like dog's keister or something? I really wouldn't know. I didn't Google it because we didn't have a Google. Until I was 40, the word Google, I don't think existed. So you couldn't search something. If you wanted to search something, you'd have to go to the library, find a parking spot, walk, and then talk to the librarian there. The reference librarian. I used to do it. I remember when I switched over from being totally an analog graphics person and earning a living, and not a bad one at doing it, and I didn't learn it in school. In school, I was a painter. So I was doing a job for somebody, and I was making a piece of artwork that was artwork on a page that was going to go to the printer to help this person promote. And it needed a picture of a current map of Africa in it, and that the borders had changed, so I needed to make some changes. So I needed to find the most current map of Africa. So I got in my car and I got some change for the parking meter, and I pencil and paper and made sure my answering machine was on and all of that. And then I started driving downtown to talk to the reference librarian and get a current map of Africa. And when I got partway down there, I realized I have a computer that I had just bought. And so I turned my car around and I went home. And I Googled it and found it and printed it. And I didn't even have to leave my desk to do all of that. So I was becoming a new person. Yeah. Oh, it's so different. It's really coming from, I mean, you have to pay a price to come from analog to this. Like there's problems, and a lot of people drop out and can't do it, and or they don't do it. But there's real advantages to it, because there are some things that are so easy and instant now that used to just be like really a lot of effort and time and money. And now you can just do it instantly. And so I feel like that. It's like I was in the cold and now I've lowered into the hot tub, and it feels really good. But just like cookies, you got to know when they're done and get them out of the oven. So get out of the hot tub when it's time. Hey, Barnes, how are you doing? All right. IGA. I'm not saying IGA, I'm saying IGA. Good thing to do. IGA, you are right on the ball. Barnes, I'm good. I would expect it. Banjo the Bean says, you're staring into my soul. So then there's this afternoon, and I may just I'm going to shave my head. I think I should do it on a broadcast. I should do it. I should have Monday, I should be ready to shave my noggin. I'm going to need an assistant to hold the camera because I'll be pausing it and turning it upside down and signing out and everything, right? Why are less people sending messages? I don't know. I haven't been paying attention. Aiga says, I do not know. Aiga, Aiga. Okay, it's rising. Yeah, let's go. Let's get on the bread. Yesterday, my friend Jack, who told me to shave my head and sold me 2 pairs of jeans and some Harley Davidson stuff, he also gave me 2 pairs of glasses that are somewhere on this tree already. He knows I like them. I like glasses. And see, this can spin. And there's all these fine pairs of glasses from many years, from many even countries. There's some real clunkers on there, and then there's some good ones. Yep, it's gonna go away. It's receding a little, but I mean, I'm 74 and I'm still just not bald, and I still have some black in my hair. It's not just all white. So that's something, isn't it? I don't know who I would look like if I had white hair and beard. Maybe Moses. Moses picks his noses. I don't know. Oh, my first reaction, Banjo the Bean, when my first cat passed away. Well, of course, I was sad because I loved that cat. That cat was a true friend. They all are. But you have to understand that cat was not famous then because there wasn't even, when I shot that video and that cat passed away, there wasn't any of this famous stuff going on. Only after Fatso passed away did she start becoming a meme and famous. Like in '84, that video we recorded it, and just for fun, I might add, and it has been fun. So that worked. And then that was in '84, and it didn't get posted on the internet until 2007, and then it went viral in 2009. So 2009 minus 1984, I don't know what that is, but I should just know it, but I don't. That's how many years from when that video was shot to when Ashton Kutcher started saying it was good. Right, y'all? Okay, we're about to sign off. If any of you haven't give us a like, could you do it now? We sometimes we have gotten to 100 before, but that's in a full hour, and right now we're only at 50 minutes. But I think this has been a good episode of live stream, and I feel like kind of like Captain Cy and watching the goons in the Popeye show and winning treasure chest, which I think I did. and then later working there. That's the story of Creme TV. Well, okay. Hang on to the vibe.